Hey you guys, it's Jessica. Username is Jessicakes. Today is Saturday, January 5th, 2019. I told myself I wasn't going to do that, but I did. 2019. And I am here to do my week 20 VSG update. I am 24 weeks pregnant, and I know those dates don't really match up, so if you're interested, you can go back and watch some of my other videos. And yeah, things are going well. It's kind of nice. The holidays are over, so I can get back into the routine of things. I went back to work. I don't feel sick anymore. I had a cold for about 3 full weeks. I still wake up in the morning with like kind of a scratchy throat and not feeling well, but it goes away. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys. Well, first I'll update you on my week. I weigh in on Thursdays or Fridays. I weighed like 189.7 or something like that. So right now, my pregnancy maintenance range is between 188 and 191. Anywhere in there seems to be where I like fluctuate day to day, and I'm fine with it. I do want to try to stay below 190, but that's, I'm happy maintaining there for the rest of my pregnancy. If I lose a few pounds, that would be great. I am going to start working out more, and there won't be as many temptations, so I have a feeling I might lose a few pounds this month, but we'll see. As long as I stay around this weight, I am perfectly happy, and then I will continue my last 50 pounds after I have the baby. So yeah, but if you haven't watched my last video, go ahead and watch that. I'm starting a 12-week challenge with a few other YouTubers and Instagrammers and weight loss surgery community people. So I'm really excited about that. It's a small group of us, which I think is really good. It keeps people tighter knit. It keeps the accountability there. If one person doesn't post, you know that you need to check in with them. So I posted my goals for that challenge and my and how I'm going to achieve them and everything. I've said in the past, I don't make New Year's resolutions per se. I don't call them resolutions. I don't consider them resolutions. A lot can happen in a year. So I don't like saying I'm going to achieve this when I really don't know if I'm going to or not. And I don't like saying that I'm going to completely cut things out of my life because that's not realistic to me. But I do make goals on trying to better myself, trying to be a better person. And the New Year is just like an easy way to do that, even though I practice it all year round. If I come up with a new goal in the middle of the year, I do it. But I've been making these goals for quite a few years now, and I think that I live a life where I try to be a better person every single day. Sometimes I succeed and sometimes I don't, but I think that having goals in mind is always a good idea. So I will just tell you like my little list I made. Number 1 is 12 books in 12 months. I don't actually physically read the book, which I always feel like is like me confessing, but I still think it's like doing more than what I would normally do. So I've been on a big Audible kick for about 7 years. I just keep reading, and it's something that's brought a lot of joy to my life. And I feel like it keeps my mind going and makes me think about things and brings a new light to my life with every book I read. So this goal I've had for the past 5 years or so, and I usually make it pretty close. This past year I made it to like 10 and a half books. So this coming year, I want 12 books, even though I am hooked on a podcast. So I don't know, it's hard when you really like a podcast because then you put your books to the side. But, whatever. Number 2 is progress and change in my career and education choices. So I had initially thought that I was going to go back to school in the fall to do my prereqs for nursing. I never finished my degree. I've gone to school quite a bit, but I never actually finished. I got my certified as a massage therapist, which didn't pan out, even though I use it quite a bit still, and health education, but not a bachelor's degree. So I was thinking about nursing, doing lactation consulting. I just know that I wanted to change things, and the best path for me was to go back to school to do that, especially in the area that I live. I mean, it's really, really hard to find a job if you don't have an education. So something happened recently where a new job opportunity just fell into my lap, and I don't want to go too much into it because I'm not sure if she's going to have me sign an NDA or what, but I chatted online with a local mom who said she needed help with some cooking stuff and personal assisting, and I didn't really think much of it. I just said, I have extra time and I love to cook, and she mentioned low carb cooking, which I do, and I like to make my own recipes and all this stuff. And it turns out she's an award-winning cookbook author and blogger. So I had no idea. I just thought she was another mom that wanted help. And so yeah, it's I went and I had coffee with her and we got on really, really well. And she offered me a job. So it sounds really, really cool. And I'm starting as part-time, so I am going to keep my other job, which puts me at working 40 plus hours a week between the two. But it sounds like she's looking for a full-time employee, which, we're going to revisit after I have the baby. So I'll be helping her develop recipes and updating her blog and doing some social media stuff and going grocery shopping for her and that kind of stuff because she's a busy woman. So it sounds like something that I've always wanted to do and be a part of, and it sounds like something that helps people, which is always my number one goal, is to help people in my career. And I'm just really, really excited about the opportunity, and if things go well, I won't go back to school and I'll just do that if I really am enjoying it. So that's some exciting news for me. Number 3, buy less, waste less. I've gotten into a habit of this can be recycled, so it's okay. But people who recycle diligently actually tend to use more plastic goods because they just think, I can recycle it. It's okay. And it's really not okay to use so much plastic with the environment and everything going on. I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's islands, literally islands, miles of islands made out of plastic in the ocean. It's insane. It's killing animals. It's affecting the ozone layer. It just is something I don't want to be a part of. So it really just ultimately means that I have to work a little bit harder at not buying so much prepackaged goods, and just buying less in general. I don't need as much stuff as I have. I don't need to eat as much stuff as I do. There's all these things that I can do better. So that is definitely a goal for me. Number 4, educate myself more on breastfeeding and ways to be more organized and productive with my breastfeeding and pumping journey with the new baby. With Helena, everything went really, really well, but I didn't have the surgery, so that kind of changes things. And then with Helena, I ended up getting really frustrated with pumping. And if you don't pump when you're not with your baby, your milk production goes down, and then it just kind of like all downhill from there. So you have to get on a good regimen and schedule. So my plan for that is to go to the breastfeeding support group meetings at the hospital. I think they're like every other week or something. And that actually brings me to my next goal, which is make a real life local mom friend. It doesn't necessarily need to be a mom friend, but I want to develop relationships in my life. I have close friends and I want to nurture those relationships, but I don't have a lot of people that are local. And I think having bonds with people is really important, but it's also really hard to do, and it takes effort. So you can't just like, I always thought like, oh, if I'm gonna make a friend, it's just gonna like happen. And it doesn't really work that way, especially as adults. You have to make it happen. You have to show the other person that you're interested in them. It's like dating. You can't just like go on one date and then be like, okay, now we're dating. Like, you have to develop this relationship with other people. And so by putting myself out there, by going to these support group meetings and other activities that I do with my daughters, I am going to put myself out of my comfort zone and do that. And I have lots of online friends, which I do cherish and I really appreciate, but I want someone tangible, someone right in front of me that I can call and go for coffee or go for a walk or cry with or whatever, you know. And then my next goal is engage Helena in more and different activities, which also goes along with me putting myself out there. We're kind of homebodies, like both Dan and I, we're busy and we work and we like being home and we like being with each other. And but I think Helena's at the age where she needs to be around other kids and, you know, have more sensory input coming in. So I want to do like put her in dance classes and gymnastics. She already does swimming. She already goes to the gym with me, hangs out with the kids there. But yeah, I'd like to do a little more of that. Number 7 is swim more. I am a swimmer. I love to swim, but I don't do it actually that often because I work in a pool. And when you work in a pool, your skin gets itchy and you're just waterlogged and all of that. So I want to make it like a separate thing where it's like I'm doing it for myself, not for work kind of thing. Number 8 is continue to try to make quality time with my husband. You know, our relationship has always been really easy. We really, really like each other, so that's always nice. But I do know after we had Helena, and I was like tired when we were both tired, and I was hormonal, and like it was rough for a little. I mean, not rough, but like it wasn't that great. We were focused on so many other things, so it's important to make the time and develop that time and nurture one another. Number 9 is save money. This isn't a great goal because I don't have like a specific amount of money that I want to save or a time frame, or I don't even have like a plan on how I would save money. I'm assuming since I'm getting another job, I'm going to have more income. But I think it kind of goes along with like buy less stuff, focus on what I really need kind of thing. I'm very good at like treating myself to things, which I think is important too, but I have to think about what I really want and what I really use. So like I'd rather go get my nails done than buy like, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm so used to just spending money that it's hard to save, but I will figure it out. I have a whole year to figure that out. And number 10 is continue to live a healthy and balanced lifestyle. That is the closest thing. I'm coming to a weight loss goal because I don't want to put a number on what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it. I am going to focus on the nutrition of my baby with breastfeeding stuff, and I'm going to focus on the quality time and that I need to spend with my family, so I can't spend hours and hours in the gym, but I do want to continue to go to the gym, be outside, eat quality food, be nice to myself. All of those things that I have been doing, I want to continue to do those things. And also, on top of that one, is I want to go to the bariatric support group meetings that we have once a month. I've been getting a lot out of those, and I think I will get even more out of those when I'm actually not in the situation I'm in. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to update you guys on. And again, if you haven't watched my last video and you're interested in doing a little accountability challenge, go ahead and watch that. If you're interested in doing that, send me a direct message on Instagram. My Instagram name is JessiCakes88. So same as this one, but with an 88. Send me a direct message on there, and then I will get in touch with you through Facebook and put you in the group. Okay, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all later.